Revelation 749. From the 21st of January 1939. Conqueror of Matter. Unlocking the Inner Eye. Spiritual Growth. The more eagerly you seek the connection with your Heavenly Father, the easier it will be for you to receive the messages from the beyond, because the soul forms a ladder to heaven, as it were, which it can easily climb, the less resistance the body offers it. And so a perpetual connection is the surest guarantee for your progress, and it will subsequently also become apparent to you that you make enormous progress in the spiritual, if you only pay attention to how remotely everything worldly touches you, how unreal and unessential everything seems to you, which is basically also unessential, and how the most important thing for you is and will remain only all spiritual experience. And when your spirit has now overcome the matter around you, then you also penetrate deeper and deeper into the spiritual. What is still a mystery to you today, will now be revealed to you visibly and audibly, and all struggles that are now still directed at matter, will be unnecessary, for the clarified spirit, which is no longer oppressed by the fetters of matter, is unhindered in its ascent into the light spheres. It no longer needs life on earth to reach its perfection. As a conqueror of matter, he is entitled to participate in the deep knowledge about spiritual truths, and so also then all possibility is given to him by the Heavenly Father to penetrate into these. Whatever moves him now, what he desires to explore. Nothing is closed to him, and the hours of most blessed edification are now in store for such a soul, which has taken the path of light truth and whose desire is for the final union with the eternal Creator. So it is enough for you to know that also your spirit will reach that stage, where all questions, which still occupy you today, will be answered to you most clearly, because those who stand in the search out of free will, all assistance is assured to them. As everything in nature completes and perfects itself according to divine wisdom in a well-considered order, as everything follows the course of development in divine order, so also the spiritual growth is to be observed step by step. A certain stage must always be reached first, in order to enter the next stage, and all preconditions must be taken into account, so that no incomplete knowledge is an obstacle to a maturing of the soul. Behold, and so you humans should not care how and in which way the Father imparts this knowledge to you, because everything happens only to open up the kingdom of heaven to you in all bliss, and also the smallest event contributes to this, only often not quite understandable to you. Whoever seeks the connection with the Father often, his heart should not be afraid of the task that is set for him. The Father's ways are marvelous, his love infinite, his power mighty. And shall he not be able to accomplish this, to satisfy a willing child's heart's desire? To let the Spirit glimpse infinity and open the inner eye to him? It will come, like a dream in the night. What seems impossible in the daily monotony of life, will gain form, and the earthly child has suddenly become seeing in the Spirit. Only a complete detachment from the world is necessary. Whoever gives up the last out of love for the Father will return to him incomparably more beautiful things, and he will recognize that his sacrifice brought him the fullness of divine love, in that his spirit received in abundance. And now listen to the advice that comes to you from on high. The same spiritual forces warn you against haste. People often do not know how to draw the line between the right and wrong application of the commandments concerning the investigation of the supernatural. Caution is always required when people have not reached spiritual maturity and are not yet receptive to announcements from above. They will be thrown off course, and their spiritual condition will not progress, but rather misjudge the significance of the messages from above and reject and condemn them as not wanted by God. The time has not yet come for them, and if they faithfully strive to walk rightly before God, their view should be left to them, because a complete enlightenment is not required there, where one already believes to fully recognize the truth. And in order not to confuse, and to plunge great doubters into even greater doubts, you shall not yet carry out your intention, number 746, until you receive more detailed instructions, because the Lord sees into the hearts of those, and he considers each one according to need. This only to the knowledge that the opportunity will find itself for which your lines were received through you, but that they are not to fulfill their purpose yet. Amen.